Oh my God, you get stressed out, you start reaching for a chocolate, you reach for a Snickers bar, a cake, a coffee, a tea, a soft drink, alcohol, all kinds of food. You overeat. There's all kinds of impulse and emotional eating that we do. I've done them all. The real problem with emotional eating and impulse eating isn't just that you're eating sugars and fats and salts and having empty calories. The real problem is that you're grazing throughout the day. You're having your meal, your breakfast. Probably not. Most people skip breakfast, which is the least helpful thing that you can do. But even if you've had breakfast, you've got your lunch scheduled, you've got your dinner scheduled, but then you graze throughout the day. I know so many people who consider themselves to be a grazer, and I used to be one of those people, because all day I would graze. I would be up, I'd be snacking on all the foods that I'd bring to work. The real problem with grazing is that by the time you get to a meal, it's curbed your appetite. So you get to meal times and you either say, I'm not hungry, because you're not, because it's amazing how filling actually sugar feels in your body. Once you've had something quite heavy in sugar or heavy in fat, it can actually give you a sense of feeling. It curbs your appetite. So when you get to a meal, you're thinking, I'm not really that hungry. So you either eat a meal that you're not hungry for, or worse still, you decide, I'm not going to eat because I'm not hungry. Then you get hungry at a time that isn't convenient because you're back at work, and then you start snacking on high-calorie foods again, because that's all that's available and that's all you've got the time for, because now you're on the fly. And then when you get to the evening, you either are not hungry again because you've been snacking at all the wrong times, you've been eating high-calorie foods that have curbed your appetite. So you cook the family meal, you pick while you cook, again curbing your appetite. You sit down to eat it, you might eat it, and even if you do eat it, you don't enjoy it. You're just sort of going through the motions of having a meal with the family. I know so many women who don't have that evening meal. They've just picked their way through it and then serve to the family. Then they do all the rest of the things they need to do, put the kids to bed, clean up, do all of that stuff. By the time they get to the couch, then they're starting to feel hungry again, and that's again when they've set themselves up to eat poorly for the rest of the evening. So we're either emotionally and impulse eating our way through the day, being a grazer, which is curbing our appetite because we're not grazing on the right foods, we're not grazing on carrots, etc. And even if you are, you tend to be still curbing your appetite because you're not allowing your body to get to a point where it's hungry. And we need to feel hungry before we can enjoy the satisfaction of the meal that we're going to eat. What you really need to be able to do to curb impulse and emotional eating and get back into the rhythm of allowing your body to eat, get hungry, and eat, so that it gets back into a rhythm of food, is you need to be able to manage the emotional eating, right? It's the main problem. It is the biggest problem that people have when it comes to their food intake and trying to manage it. It is the need to release stress in the body that drives the impulse eating. So you need to be able to address the stress that's driving the impulse and emotional eating, acknowledge and address the habitual times that you're emotionally and impulse eating or drinking. You need to have the skills and ability to be able to reroute that to have behavioral flexibility. You need to be able to reroute your emotional state and your mental state so that you can get a hold of your behavioral actions. And when you're able to do that, then you're able to take control of impulse and emotional eating. And when you're able to take care of that, then you're able to get yourself back into a good eating routine, and that is when you will find stability through your calorie intake and get a handle on your health goal. I'm Katie Gordon, I'm Dietless Living, and if you're ready to step into your most extraordinary life, click on the subscribe button and let me keep you motivated and updated with what it is you can do to change your unconscious eating habits and behaviors. And if you're ready to go to that next level, then click on the other link and book a call with me, and let's get you started today. Bye for now.